What's going on, everyone? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some tech cards that you guys can use in this crazy spiral slash pendulum format. Because let's face the fact, every deck you're going to see at tournaments come this season, once the circuit break gets released on Friday, it's going to be between spirals and pendulums. And I know a lot of you guys want to have different options to play. So it's going to be the sole purpose of this video to help revamp some of you guys' budget decks with a few tech cards. But before we get to the actual video, I'm gonna do some shout outs real quick. First of all, shout out to 4K Media for sending me this exclusive New York Comic Con Yu-Gi-Oh shirt from the Yu-Gi-Oh movie. 4K Media has been a great company to me. If you guys remember, they did allow me to preview a clip from the Yu-Gi-Oh movie that was released last year on my channel. So yeah, man, shout out to 4K Media for giving me this sick shirt to wear in videos. And also for you guys that are new here, I am running a giveaway on my channel every month, and this month's giveaway is for the North American WCQ 2017 Spiral Playmat. And to be part of the giveaway, you guys got to do a few things. Drop a like on this video, a comment in the comment section down below, and be a subscriber on this YouTube channel to be entered in the giveaway. And you also have to be a subscriber on my second channel, links in the description, to be entered into the giveaway. And the giveaway winner will be announced the first week of November. So guys, that's all I got to say about that. So without further ado, let's begin. Alrighty guys, so after you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the description down below and check out the Innovation Yu-Gi-Oh! Amazon page for all of your Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs. Alright guys, so tech cards this format. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this format is going to be crazy, full of spirals and pendulums. But with that being said, I got some cards that's going to help you nip those decks in the bud. The first tech card I'm going to be talking about is a combination of Goals and Match and Rai-Oh the Warlords, whichever one you guys think will fit your deck better. Let's take Goals and Match for example. Goals and Match effect pretty much reads: each player can only control one attribute of a monster. Send all other face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. This pretty much does for the player one of two things. If you're playing an all-earth deck, like say for example Six Samurai, or a deck that's all-element like Mermail, well, attribute mean, yeah, so all-element like Mermail, and you flip it up, for example, a pendulum player, for which better or for worse, when they hit a huge pendulum summon play with a bunch of different elements and attributes, they're going to send most of their stuff to the graveyard, simply due to the fact that Goals and Match forces them to only control one type. Now this is good not only for the pendulum deck, but also for the spiral deck, because a lot of cards in the spiral deck like Quick Fix are earth, but you also have drone, which is wind. And most people might argue, well, the most important ones are Quick Fix and Agent, because Agent's earth and Quick Fix earth, and they are correct. But at the same time, when you talk about going into Double Helix and Double Helix trying to make some link spam plays, that's where Goals and Match is gonna hit spirals tenfold. And the same thing can be said for Rai-Oh the Warlords, which is pretty much the opposite of Goals and Match. Effect pretty much reads: each player can only control one type of monster. Send all other face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. So if you're playing a deck more based on types, like for example back to the Six Samurai argument, or what I used to do a lot back in the day, which is play it in Heroes, or like a lot of Hero players have done in the LCG, which is max out on Rai-Oh the Warlords in the past and in the present. Rai-Oh the Warlords can be a great card to help just beat any deck that controls one or more type. For example, once again, Spiral and Pendulums. Pendulum Magicians, while they do control a lot of spellcasters, they do run other cards. I believe some of them are Warrior, but mainly this can be helped against Spiral because it will help clog against Quick Fix and Agent. Agent being a Warrior, Quick Fix being a machine, and it does hurt the extra deck as well. Now, outside of Goals and Match of Rai-Oh the Warlords being tech cards because no one thinks of them, I'm going to talk about Effect Veiler. Now, Effect Veiler is a card that's been seeing a lot of play in the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, but I believe this card can be also seen in other decks as well, simply due to the fact that a lot of players in the LCG, once Spirals took over and started becoming a tier 1 deck, tier 0 deck it has, have shifted to Effect Veiler because of how good it is against the Spiral deck if they don't have Spiral Resort. Effect Veiler effect pretty much reads: during your opponent's main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one face-up effect monster your opponent controls, negate that opponent's face-up monster effect until the end of the turn. This is a quick effect. So with all of that being said, this helps stop quick fix, this helps stop the drone, it helps stop double helix. So your Spyro player would definitely have to rely on having their Spyro Resort out in order for this effect to resolve. But with that being said, if you have a Ghost Ogre to blow up their Spyro Resort, a MST, a Cosmic Cyclone, anything to handle their Spyro Resort, effect better could be used full throttle to slow down a Spyro deck. And same thing can be said for Pendulum, slow down Skull Crowback Joker, and every other deck in a format. It can help out against like ABCs, Paleozoics when they try to do some of their plays. I mean, the list can go on, but for the most part, Fake Letter is a very solid card. Coming into this format as a tech card, simply due to the fact that no one sees it. And you guys are going to see towards the end of this video that almost every card I'm about to list in this video is going to be something surprising that's going to catch a lot of people off guard. Now the next label of cards I'm going to talk about, or next card rather that is Dragon Ravine. Dragon Ravine is a card that has been popularized recently by the Spyro deck because of its utilization with Destrudo and Supreme King Servant Dark Dragworm. Let's read Dragon Ravine really fast to understand what it does. Once per turn, you can discard one card and activate one of these effects. You can either A, add one level 4 or lower Dragonity monster from your deck to your hand, or B, send one Dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard. Now in most cases, what like Spyro players are doing, they're sending the Dragon type monster from their deck to the graveyard because the Dragon monsters you use, the Destrudo and Supreme King Servant with this card, are going to be the cards you're going to abuse a lot. Let's look at the most important one right now, the Destrudo the Dead over the Drake. I'm pretty sure he got his name changed in the TCG, I just can't think of the name right now. Effect pretty much read, if this card is in your graveyard, you can pay half your life points and target one level 6 or lower monster you control. Special summon this card, but reduces level by the level of that target monster. Also place this card on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. You can only use effective Destrudo once per turn. Now, this is really good in Spyros because it helps bring out your Ancient Fairy Dragon, which goes into a lot of nutty combo plays. But outside of Spyros, I can see this card being utilized in zombies, help bringing out more Synchros, Light Swarms. I mean, the list can go on. This card is just really good, and it's also a good card if you just want to tribute it off in Monarchs to be tribute fodder and do some kind of crazy Monarch Dragon Ravine. I mean, the sky's the limit with this card. And the same thing can be said for Supreme King Servant Dragworm. Now, you're not going to use the pendulum effect, so I'm not going to bother reading it, but you will abuse the actual monster effect. And the effect pretty much reads, if this card is normal, especially something you can add one Supreme Gate pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. Now, you're not going to use that part, of course, you're going to use this part. If this card is in your graveyard and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card. You're going to use this effect Supreme King Servant Dragworm once per turn. Now this is good because you're going to use the Ravine to pitch a card, send Supreme King to the graveyard, and then special summon him out if you go first and you don't want to control no cards. Now why this is good is because we're in the Link era, and in the Link era you're going to need a lot of extra monsters as you can to get to the field to pull off your Link plays. Once again, this card also is utilized in Spirals because it helps you bring out a lot of different Link monsters, which goes into a lot of combos. But like I said, it can also be utilized in other decks like Monarchs, effective XYZ decks, Synchro decks. It can help you bring out popular cards like Trishula. I mean, the list can go on with the utilization of Destrudo and Supreme King Servant. But Dragon Ravine is definitely a tech card you guys will want to look at to splash in your decks. I mean, because it could just work. And I can definitely see this card being the next Brilliant Infusion because of how powerful and the utilization it has with Supreme King Dark Dragworm and Destrudo. Now the next set of tech cards I'm going to talk about is the cards that were used back in the day, back in 2014, 2015. And that's the Fire and Ice Hand. Now their effects pretty much are the same, so I'm going to read Fire Hand and pretty much tell you what Ice Hand does. Fire Hand's effect pretty much reads, when this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's cards, either by battle or by card effect, and sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster they control and destroy that target. Then special summon one Ice Hand from your deck, and Ice Hand effectively does the same thing, but instead of destroying the monster, he destroys the spell and trap. Now why these cards are good in this format, you guys may ask? Spirals. In Spirals right now, you guys are worried about getting a big field of pendulums pushed on you and getting locked out of your extra monster zone, and in most cases getting FTK. Now handling the FTK, these cards will not help you do that. What these cards would help you do is handle Spyro Resort and handle a double helix and keep recycling different fire and ice hands to the field. There was a anti-meta deck that did well in the OCG that ran 3 of these and a few other cards. So this just goes to show you how powerful these combos of cards is. But outside of the Spiral matchup, they could definitely help out against Pendulum matchup as well. Help popping Scales with Ice Hand, help popping monsters with Fire Hand. I mean, the list can go on. These are good and universal against almost all matchups. And against rogue decks, those players that like to play different things at events to try to take out the meta, side decking things like Mistake, and etc. These cards can help you as well because they will pop monsters, pop spell and trap cards, and everything else under the sun. So I think Fire and Ice Hand are definitely good pickups and tech cards to try in this format, especially because popping Spiral Resort and popping Double Helix can definitely help you beat a Spiral player, and stopping yourself getting from OTK, which what these cards both do effectively, can definitely triumph in today's meta. Another tech card I guys think you should try out is Thunder King Rai-Oh as well. His effect pretty much reads for you guys that do not know. While he's on the field, he's a 1900 beater, 800 defense, level 4 monster. While he's on the field, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. During either player's turn, when your opponent will special summon exactly one monster, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard. Negate the special summon if you do destroy it. Now, this is good because it just instantly lock out auto searching, and in today's meta, the most popular decks being Spiral and Pendulum search a lot. But this card is a plus against both of those decks because of his second effect, which is tributing him to stop special summon of a monster. So this can effectively get you out a stop against at least one double helix. It's going to stop the Spiral player from searching, so it's going to make them hard summon everything, which is really good. And against Pendulums, they're not going to be able to search a lot, and when they do try to spit their hand to the field, you're able to get rid of one monster, which is very powerful. I mean, T-King has stood the test of time. Has been one of the best tech cards in it, coming in and out of every format. And I could definitely see T-King coming into this format and some anti-meta decks. Now, the last card I'm going to talk about as being a tech card for today's meta and in this current format we are in is Mass Change number 2. Now, the reason why I want to talk about Mass Change number 2 because it's definitely very underutilized and definitely something hidden that no one is thinking about or talking about. This effect pretty much reads: discard one target one face-up monster you control that has a level, send it to the graveyard. Also, after that, if it left the field by this effect, special summon from your extra deck one masked hero monster with the same attribute but a level higher than the attribute of the level of the monster that was on the field. If the original attribute was face down, this special summon treated as a Mass Change number 2. You can only activate one Mass Change 2 per turn. So effectively what this does, if you're running dark monsters in your deck, like a zombie deck or a Lightsworn, it gives you instant access to Dark Law, which is huge against the meta. I have to stress the huge because Dark Law is not a game when it comes down to playing against Spirals, because if they can't get all their stuff into the graveyard and start their loops, it's GG no re. And the same thing said for Pendulums. If you set up a Dark Law with some back row in an unorthodox deck like Pendulums, or an orthodox deck like a Burning Abyss, which just got bought out right away, it's a force to be reckoned with. A lot of Burning Abyss players used to run Mass Change number 2 for the mirror match back in the day, and I can definitely see a lot of people in general taking Mass Change 2 just for different matchups because it's so good against the main meta decks. But overall, guys, these are all the tech cards I wanted to talk about. I'm going to see you guys in the outro. Thank you for watching. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. These were some nice tech cards I believe will help you guys in the format. So if there's any tech cards that you guys would like to see on this list that was not on this list, I want you guys to post that in the comment section down below. But yeah, man, this is Chris from Innovation Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm signing out. Peace, guys, and stay innovative. Deuces.